Welcome back, everybody. It is 6:52 and time to face facts with Dr. Deb Sherman. You know, sports and automobiles are traditional topics of interest for men, but a recent study shows that men are now entering the arena of cosmetic procedures to enhance their appearance, and it helps them in the business and social world.
Absolutely. Dr. Deb Sherman, our Fox expert plastic surgeon, here to tell you how men can get the best results with aesthetic enhancements. And the guys are going, wait a minute, it's okay now for guys to do this? Acceptable? The surveys and saying a lot of guys are having it done, aren't they?
You aren't kidding. And I'll tell you, a recent medical study shows that men will pursue cosmetic procedures to enhance their position in the business world even before women. So the tables are turning. Last year, men had a 220% increase in their use of Botox cosmetics. So not only the surgical procedures, but also those no downtime office procedures, because if it can help them in the social arena and the business world, men are interested.
Just a little tweaking is what you're calling there,
That's
okay?
It.
All right, so the guys are watching the show this morning. They're going to stand in front of the mirror and get ready to go to work. What are they looking for in the mirror that makes them a candidate for alterations with their eyes and things that make a difference?
Well, the best way I can answer that question is to show you some pictures of men and see where they started and the results that they were able to achieve. If you look at this gentleman, take a look at him. He looks a little bit tired.
It's because the eyelids are kind of heavy over the eye, right?
You saw it. If you look at that fold right there, he tells me when he looks to the side, he feels like he's a horse with blinders. So you really can't see his best feature. But we did an eyelid tuck, and you see all of a sudden he's got a much more natural look, and his eyes are opened up so you can see his best feature.
He looks like a nicer person. How do you say that? I mean, he looked a little angry to begin with, and now he looks like he would be, you know, more of a fun-loving, easygoing kind of guy.
And you can see that when that excess skin shrouded his eyes, he can't communicate his heart and his emotions.
You're right.
And then when we take it off through a natural incision, the key and the finesse of this whole technique is knowing how much to take and where to put those incisions, because if you have the right training and the right experience, then you can get that natural look.
Right. He doesn't have the surprised look.
No. Obviously, this gentleman is somebody in the business world or whatever, so how long does it take? I mean, obviously, it's very natural. It's hardly noticeable, but you do notice the difference if you look real hard.
Absolutely.
How long is he going to be out of work?
For him, it was just excess skin for the most part, so he was out just a few days.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Now, when it comes to our next patient, he had, I want you to look at him and decide what is it about his eyes that make him look so tired.
Oh, it's the puffy underneath.
Well, certainly, yeah.
And so that's a little bit different because he's got bags, significant bags that need unpacking, and we rearrange and contour that. But if you look at his full face, you can see that he really did have a tired look. In fact, he was a counselor, and a lot of his patients were saying, Doctor, are you okay? Are you looking, you look sort of stressed and
What is that under the eye there? Is it just natural fluids? Is it fatty tissue? What is it?
It's actually fatty tissue that starts off in the back seat.
Look at that.
And then when you see, we were able to go through a hidden incision, and you can tell that with the right technique, he doesn't look sunken, he just looks fresh.
That looks great.
That does look fantastic.
So when you know how to contour and sculpt, you can really bring out someone's eyes, and that's why men are excited, because now we have techniques, now we have procedures that they can get so that they're back on their feet and still looking natural.
Doctor, I know people that are watching this, they say, you know, I'm interested in having something done around my eyes, but I'm so afraid because we've seen Hollywood, we've seen the big surprise eyes. So how do you know? I mean, apparently it's something that you know when to take enough and when not to take so much, right?
That's such a crucial question, and the key is to see the right doctor. If you go to the right doctor with the right skill, the right experience, you know, having that ability to know exactly what that patient wants and how you can achieve it with the right technique, that's how you get that natural look.
Now, you're one of these elite doctors, you know, a highly specialized field of cosmetic surgery and that sort of thing. What kind of training do you have to have for this? So, and the reason I ask this, for those out there who are considering having something done, these are questions you need to ask of your doctor,
Absolutely. An eye plastic surgeon is a board-certified ophthalmologist who has fellowship training, that's additional training with highly trained specialized doctors that know techniques, and they teach the techniques for facial rejuvenation around the eye. So we're fellowship trained beyond our residencies, and that's, you know, basically the eyelid tuck is the most common procedure we perform. And so as eye plastic surgeons, that's our forte. And if you do it every day, it makes a difference in the results.
And you got to know what you're doing. Otherwise, you're going to get that, as Kelly called it, the surprise look.
Oh, those are
and
bad.
you see some of those people and you go, And I asked you this a moment ago. I said, not to name names, but people who've had things done. I said, is the natural look going to return at all that they had?
Well, we can do some reconstructive work.
So you
on
can
them.
help those who've had some mistakes
Absolutely.
and it's sent their way.
Absolutely, and we do a lot of that because that's our forte. But you want to go to the right doctor the first time.
Sure.
Right.
And that's really how you get your best result. And it's nice for men to know that there's something for them that they can enjoy.
Absolutely.
There you go, everybody. Now, after seeing those amazing pictures, you can call the Sherman Aesthetic Center today. Talk to them. Here's the phone number. It's 297-5798, and it's confidential. If you call in and you're a little bit embarrassed, because guys sometimes have a hard time with it, so call in. You can get your questions answered today. There's the phone number, 297-5798.
I think men are braver than that these days.
Do you think so?
I think so. Why not?
I don't know. I hope so.
Oh, and you have a special today, right? Oh, here's the special. The first 5 callers who schedule a free facial analysis to discuss a surgical eyelid tuck, well, like we've been talking about, will receive a free treatment of Botox when they schedule the surgery, okay? Because when you lift the brow with the Botox and combine it with an eyelid tuck, the result is very impressive. Yet very natural. That's what we're talking about
Love
today.
that.
That's what the guys want, natural. They want somebody, hey, what'd you have done to your eyes there, Ned?
So
Not
first
the
5
case.
callers, call in at 297-5798.
Good.
Thank you for coming in.
Good to
Those
see you,
are
Doctor.
great before and after
It's fun.
pictures.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much.